Hey guys, so today let's work on another coding question that can be asked in Facebook interviews, which is the Leetcode 227 basic calculator. So for this question, we're going to be given a string which represents an expression, and we're going to evaluate the expression and return the value. The integer division should always truncate towards 0, which means if it's 5 divided by 2, then we always return 2, because we're going to round towards the smaller integer, to the lower bound. And then let's assume the given input is always valid and all the results will always be within the range so that there will be no memory overflows. And we don't allow use any built-in functions. So for example, if it's 3 plus 2 multiplied by 2, then we evaluate 2 by 2 first, which is 4, and then 3 plus 4 is 7. So for the input, there will only be numbers and the operators like plus, minus, multiply, and divide. And there may be spaces in between, but we can ignore them. So the good thing is like there is no parentheses in the input string, so it will simplify the problem a lot. And usually for calculated problems, we're gonna use stack to solve them. And for this question, we're gonna also use a stack. So the main difficulty part is like we have, if in the string we have like operators like multiply or divide, we have to evaluate multiply and divide first. And then we evaluate the plus or minus. So in order to solve this, what we can do is like we can keep track of the operator before the number. So for example, like let's say our current number is 2, and then the previous operator is a multiply. So in this case, we're gonna extract the previous number and then evaluate the previous number with the operator and the current number. So what we can do is like we always store the numbers in the stack, and then when we are trying to evaluate on the current number, we pop from the stack and then have the operator on the previous number with the current number. So in this case, like for example, like s is 3 plus 2 multiplied by 2, then we're gonna do this. So we're gonna have a stack, and in the stack we're gonna have the first number 3, which will be stored in the stack, and then plus 2. Then we're gonna push 2 in the stack, and then we see a multiply, so we're gonna know the operator is multiply, and then we see another 2. So now we see the second 2, right? And we know the previous operator is multiplication. So we're gonna pop from the stack. So this 2 will be removed. And then we're gonna get the previous number multiplied by the current number, and we get 4. And then we push the 4 to the current stack. So now in the stack, we are gonna have 3 and 4. And this is the end of the input string. So we're gonna just sum over all the numbers in the stack and then return it, and it will be 3 plus 4, which will be 7. So if, let's say, if there are negative numbers, how are we going to do that? Let's say if the input is like 3 minus 2 by 2. So we're going to, first we see 3, so we push 3 into the stack. And then we see a minus sign. So we're going to know like, okay, now the current, the operator will be negative. The operator will be negative. And then we see 2, right? So we're gonna just have the previous, if we know the previous operator is negative, then we just evaluate the current number as negative 2, and then we push negative 2 into the stack, so that negative 2 will be in the stack. And we see that the second operator is multiplication, so now the operator will be multiply. And then we see another number, which is 2. And we know the the previous operator is multiply. So we're gonna just pop the negative 2 from the stack. So it will be negative 2 multiply by the current number, which is 2. And then we get negative 4. So the negative will be popped out, and we push negative 4 into the stack. So in the end, we're just gonna sum over all the values in the stack, which is 3 minus 4, 3 plus negative 4. And then we return negative 1 for this case. So So usually, like we can assume, like because the string starts with a number, right? There's no operators before the first number, so we can always assume like the first operator will be plus. So, like for example, if the this 3 minus 2 by 2, we can treat it the same as like positive 3 minus 2 by 2. Yeah. So we can always assume like the first operator will be positive. It can be the default. So let's code it out. So in this case, like we can have a stack which keep track of the current intermediate values, and then we can make it empty. And the initial, we can initialize the value, the current number as 0, and then we initialize the previous operator, the current operator as a plus sign. That's the initialize. So now we're gonna loop through the string for char in S. If char is digit, if it's a digit, if it's a digit, then we just update the number. So the number will become number multiplied by 10 plus the current value. We just convert it into an integer. Else, if char is in it's an operator plus minus multiply or divide. If it's within this range, so what we can do is so we're gonna check the, so this is an operator, right? So we're gonna check the previous operator. If it's multiply or divide, then we need to pop from the stack and do the multiplication or division. Otherwise, we can just pop the number in. We can just push the value into the into the stack. So in this case, like oh sorry, in this case second. So if the operator is so this char is a current operator. This op is a previous operator. So if let me just rename it previous operator so that it will be more descriptive. So the previous operator, which means the operator before the number, and then this char is the operator after the current number. So if the operator before the current number is positive, then we can just let me just name it as stack. So we can just push the number into the stack. Actually, we don't need this. If previous operator, actually we do need it. Sorry, and if previous, this is for the previous operator. If previous operator is negative, is minus, then we just push the number. It's append. Sorry for the syntax issues. Append the negative value. And the previous operator is multiplication. Then what we can do is like previous value. Prev number would be stack.pop, and the number would equal to prev number multiplied by the current number. And then we just appended the number into it. Otherwise, if previous operator is division, we do the similar thing. So it will be pop, and then it will be previous number divide. So we get the lower bound of the integer divided by num, and then append the number. All right. So this is after the operators. So now after all the, so if it's if the character is an operator, then we do all these operations, and then we need to reset these values. So previous operator will equal to char. So this new operator will become the new previous operator, and we reset the current number value equal to 0. All right, and then we have another case if it's integer. Yeah, so if the char is in the string, right? If it reaches the last integer, like which reaches here, then we also need to consider the case when we reach the end of the string, right? So when we reach the end of the string, we're gonna have a number. So yeah, we're gonna recalculate all these condition again. So okay, so then let me do this. If for index and the char enumerate, I just loop around the string. So if index equal to length of string minus 1, or which means when we reach to the end of the string, so we need to do the evaluation. Or if the current character is an operator, then we also need to evaluate the previous operation. So and then we do this. Yeah, it should work now. So let me see. So we just gonna return the sum of the stack. All right, let's see how it goes. Okay, so let's see. Divided by 2, 14 divides output is, oh, okay, I think it's something wrong with this one. So let me quickly check. Let me quickly check with the playground. Let me open the Python playground and see how it goes. My playground. Let's see, Python 3. So let's see, print 3 divided by 2 should return 1. Oh, okay. So the failure is I output 12. Let me see. Let me output the stack. Let me run this test case. Let's see. So, oh, it's -2. Oh, I see. Because -3 divided by 2. -3 divided by 2 in Python will be return -2. So I need to it should be rounded to the string. So let me just do this, see if it solves it. See. Yeah, now it works. Okay, so let me just remove the printing statement. Give me a second. Let me just go back. All right. So yeah. So it's because negative. So three divided by 2 with so in Python 3, what happens is 3 divided by 2 equal to 1. However, -3 divided by 2 will become -2, and we need it to be -1. So that's why I have to update to be into this integer. So convert it to integer, like just to division and then convert to integer. All right. Okay, so this is the final solution for the problem. And so for time complexity, it will be, we just loop through the entire string. So it will be order of n, which with n as the length of the string. And for the space complexity, we just have a stack, so it will be order of n as well. So yeah, it's order of n for both space and time. All right, and this is the end of the video, and I'm gonna see you in the next question.